to do road racing with my sister, and then I started off in the Dirt Roads to London squad, which was a talent ID search by the Australian government, and then there was a group of 20 of us, and then slowly it sort of closed down to about 6 of us, and it just developed us for the 2012 Olympics. But I don't really think I'll make the 2012 Olympics. It's more so the following the Rio Olympics that, I'm 22 now and I've still got a good chance for the following Olympics.
Saying that you're 22 now and you're talking about something 6 years down the track, do you have a time stamp on you when you do this kind of racing? It's not the easiest sport, is it?
Yeah, it's all subject to injuries and setbacks and stuff, so I've got long-term goals, but I've definitely got shorter-term goals. Like next year I'd like to make the Senior World Championships, because I've been in under-23s and raced those championships for Australia, but you have to have shorter goals, otherwise you get lost.
Is it one of those things when you manage those injuries doing a sport that's bordering on an extreme sport, you get the extreme injuries as well, don't you? There's no soft landings when you come off a mountain bike course, is there?
Trees don't exactly hug you, and you don't get hugged by trees. They sort of hurt, and I guess I'm sort of learning how to crash a bit better, like make sure that I roll out of it and stuff like that. But it's probably, as the tracks are getting more and more extreme, I guess the injuries are getting a bit worse, but by the same token, it's, there's injuries in all sports, so no, it's not too bad. It's all a mental thing as well. So.
How do you balance that? Because I'm guessing that when you're screaming down a fairly thin track on a mountain bike, and you've got jumps and you've got trees and you've got all the other obstacles that you get around, the adrenaline's got to be pounding through your chest.
Yeah, I sort of go right during the fast technical sections. It's more so the slower technical sections where there's really steep rocks and drops and stuff like that I tend to struggle with, and that you just really need to relax and focus, because when you panic is when there's trouble. So just make sure that I don't grab the front brake and just stay relaxed.
Now, looking at your bike, an incredible looking push bike. It's far from probably what most people would have grown up on and thundered around the streets on. Technology must play a fairly big part in the racing side of things now too?
Yeah, technology does play a big part. Like I've switched across from the old 3 chain rings at the front to 2 chain rings at the front, which just makes gear selection a lot easier. And there's just a few things like really good brakes, but all lightweight. So it comes down to a bit of a numbers game with the weight and all of that sort of thing. They try and make everything lightweight and different tyres for different courses. When
you talk about weight, you kind of think that it might be your best friend in a little way, because you want the bike to stay on the track and you want it to give you a bit of grip when you need it. That's a carbon fibre frame. It's a fairly light bike when you pick it up. How hard is it to keep it on the track when you need to?
I don't have much trouble with keeping it on the track. I guess that's not too bad. It's more the advantages that you get from climbing, like the weight and that sort of stuff. It's just you steer where you go, and you just don't look where you don't want to go, and the bike will go where you're looking. So.
How many gears have you got on this one?
This is a 2x10.
So 2 on the front cogs and 10 on the back?
Yep. So 20.
The braking system, it looks pretty much the same as a motorcycle, really. They're the disc brakes.
Yeah.
You see these on the cheaper bikes, but the difference you've got here, I guess, is phenomenal.
Yeah, this is, I've got some really good tech support local. I've got a local mechanic that just makes sure that all my brakes are running good, and it's hydraulic disc brakes.
So once the bike's going fine, it's then left up to you.
Yeah.
How are you faring over the season?
Yeah, I'm actually really happy with my season for the last 12 months, and my coach and my support crew have seen that I've improved a lot over the last 12 months. So a race 2 weeks ago sort of showed that I'd made some results are starting to come now. So I'm happy with that. I'm doing the work, and hopefully it's going to start to pay off. So.
How much work do you have to put into to be able to competitively race in the mountain bike thing?
Definitely train every day, that's for sure, and a couple of double sessions if work takes up a bit too much of the day, but you have to recover and listen to your body as well. I might be on the bike every day, but a couple of days it might be a bit easier to let your body recover from the next session, get ready and mentally prepared for the next hard session. So
physically preparing, is it just as simple as riding the tracks that you've got locally here with Eagle on the Hill, or do you have to mix it up with